Hey, this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about how you get paid from the app stores. Alright, so today I want to answer a question that came in on one of our old videos called What Makes More Money, iPhone or Android, where I talked about which one makes more money on a per user basis, iPhone or Android, when you're selling applications. And this question came from Mike Kleinstuber, who says, interestingly tough business by the looks of it. Could you outline the payment system of both Android and Apple? How long do they take to pay? Do the payments need to be audited? Have you had payment problems with either of them? Thanks. So this is a good question, Mike, because we don't talk a lot about getting paid. We talk about in-app purchases, we talk about getting your people to see your apps, that kind of stuff, but we don't talk about how that actually works. And every month I get paid by Apple for the iPhone apps. I get paid by Google for the Google Play apps, the in-app purchases and the app sales. I get paid by AdSense, which is AdMob, and then also those videos you see at the beginning of these videos, or the ads you see at the beginning of these videos. And I also get paid by Amazon. Although the Amazon, it surprises me every month because I'm surprised people are still downloading those applications because I haven't updated them in years. And usually it's like really small amounts. It's like pennies from Amazon. Right? So, and I've never had any problems with them. I mean, it always shows up like at the beginning of the month. It's usually at the end of the month or the beginning of the month. I get the first payment through from Apple. Then about the 15th is when the Google Play payments go out. The AdMob, which is the AdSense ones, coming around between the 23rd and the 25th. It changes based on holidays or like Thanksgiving. It's usually delayed a little bit. And then the Amazon one comes about between the 20th and the 25th, right? It's always kind of weird. It's like this variable thing. So, and every month those come through. So like at least I know that we have consistent revenue, and usually it's for the previous month. So for Apple, it's like a 45-day waiting period. I think for Google, it's usually the previous month that comes through. Or I think it goes up to the 18th if I'm not mistaken. But let's have a look at my screen here. I want to show some of the difference between some of these. So when you look at the Apple side of things, or on the Google Play side of things, they will make the changes every month, and it changes what the minimum is based on your country. So it says here at the bottom, the merchants, so you have the payment minimums, and I haven't had the payment minimum problems on apps for a long time, but I have it on ad networks. So like for Google Play, the minimum, if you're paid out in local currency, is $1 USD. If you're doing a wire transfer, it's $100 US dollars minimum payout. But I think most people probably do local payouts. I mean, that's what I do in local currencies. For the iOS, the minimum is $10. So if you have to make at least $10 in order to do it, if you're in one of these countries that they list here, if you're in Korea, it's $50 minimum payment. If you're not in any of these or in Korea, then it's $150 the minimum payment. And Amazon, I don't even care enough about Amazon. I don't make enough from Amazon, but if any of you guys out there rely heavily on the Amazon App Store, if you want to put in the comments how they work, that would be interesting too. So Google Play and iOS, or Google Play and the Apple App Store, both work very differently. We have a lot more control over the Google Play payments than we do on the Apple App Store payments. So I'm going to show you the two consoles here. I'm going to try to gray a bunch of stuff out because I don't know what's sensitive or what's not when it comes to this. It used to be you could see like who the person was making the payments and all that kind of stuff, but now it seems to be pretty good. So if you go to the Google Play console, you can see over here on the left we have the order management, and I spent a lot of time in this. One of the best things about Google Play is that you can offer refunds. If somebody emails you and they're just not happy with their purchase, you can refund it, right? It's no big deal. You say, hey, thank you for trying it. I really appreciate it. Do a refund. So you can see here we've got a bunch of payments going through, and you can see the status of them. So even if, and this used to bother me at first. It used to bother me because there's too much clutter, and I don't want to see all these other things. I don't want to see if payment's been declined or whatever. But in the end, it's useful. It's proved useful over the years because if somebody emails and says, hey, I made this payment and I bought this and I didn't get it, and then I could go through and look through it and I could see, yeah, I mean, find out, usually they don't get a receipt, but I could go through and find out that no, the payment was declined or whatever, and that's if they've been ignoring the emails that come through. And it's been very rare, but at least we could do that. Or somebody will ask for a refund and it's already being refunded and stuff like that. So here we can see, right now we can see somebody's made the payment and they're already getting it refunded. I can see that. So it's in the process of being refunded. I've got all the products here, which are in-app purchases and straight up app sales, and I've got the transaction numbers over here on the left, which I'll gray out. Right, like I said, the best thing is I can see on an individual basis who's made these purchases, and every month I have to export all my financial information using the download report section over here to my accountant, so they could do all the VAT payment processing for all the different countries and everything like that. And my accountant is never happy about that. But the biggest thing here is I can see the transaction, the order history here at the bottom. I could go through and refund it. And a lot of times if we do get complaints, we'll just either myself or somebody on my team, or Rowena on my team, will go through and do the refund, and we'll send a screenshot of the refund so we could do that. And occasionally we'll have people who say they want a refund without even giving us a transaction number. They just want the money back, right? And we can't do that because it's 30% goes to Google, and we say, no, we need that transaction number. And one of the hard bits I find is just trying to explain to them how to get that transaction number if for whatever reason they lost their email, and they do lose their email a lot. So Google Play is really good in this way. You have a lot more control over it. You can see what's going on, and you have a better customer experience, just in case, if something goes wrong with their payments, or if they made a payment or whatever and they're saying it can't be restored on another device, we can go track that down and find out why that might be the case. Now, iOS is completely different. Usually iOS, all I know is that payments have been made, purchases have been made, and that's it. I can't see who they are, and I can't offer refunds. And this is one of the things that really, so if I show you the sales page here, and this is, like I said, iOS, I don't make a lot from iOS now because I had to remove a bunch of apps because of Apple 4.3 last year, and I need to go back to putting those back up there. But basically all I can see is summary information. So I could see that payments have been made, I can see that refunds have been made, and I can see my proceeds over here. So it's a much different experience. Now when it comes to auditing, I assume you mean like taxes. Like I said, on the Google Play side, we do. My accountant does need that information. On the Apple side, we don't. So it's like a different way that's been processed. On the Amazon side, I'm not sure about that. Like, it's just been pennies, so I haven't really worried about it so much. But I don't think Amazon actually, we have to worry about that. But you have to set up all your tax information in the like your US stuff when you set up with Amazon and stuff, which is a much different experience to set up. So that's been my experience so far. I've never had any problems with payments from Apple or from Google, and it's been kind of nice having that regular stuff come through. But what I would like to ask you guys as app developers, what has your experience been like with payments? Have you ever not been paid? Have you ever, we've had payments late because of holidays, mainly Thanksgiving. Holidays around the late part of the month, it usually throws us off a little bit. But like, I've never not been paid. Actually, one time I was not paid by Apple, but that was because for some sort of banking routing information and stuff like that. But that was not, that was fine. But yeah, have you guys, other app developers out there who do rely on income from your apps, have you ever had any trouble with that? Because for me, it's been strangely consistent. It's been really good. I've had ad networks who haven't paid me. Like MobFox was really late because I was having trouble meeting the minimum threshold for payment, but the rest of them have been okay. So anyway, let us know what your guys' experiences are with that, especially if you're an Amazon developer, because I don't know very much about Amazon, even though I do get the remittance advice every month. Anyway, that is it for this time. That is it for today. I'll talk to you guys again next time.